Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you another shoutcast or another commentary from one of my games. This is Crota versus Lazz. Good luck, have fun. You know, well-mannered, just trying to start off the game really well. We have, Lazz spawning as a Zerg player. So Zerg, all you guys looking for Zerg out there, I do in fact have a Zerg match. So Zerg is my opponent, and here I am as the blue Terran spawning over here on the bottom right-hand corner. This is Metalopolis, a map I have never seen before. There are 4 spawning locations, one over here at the 1 o'clock, one over here at the 2 or 2.5, one over here at what I'll call the 7, and then one over here at the 8.5 positions. So everything, and it looks like a pretty even map. We'll see how it really plays in. Reapers do not work as well on this particular map, I think, just because of you don't have easy access to those mineral lines with those Reapers. So what I'm going to be trying to do is I'm going to be trying to do a little bit of a Helion push. Also, we have Overlords now moving out, and oh, there are vents in your base. Wow, I did not even notice that earlier. Yeah, there are vents over here on the bottom, on the corner. So right here you can hide units and drop them off and then mass up a really nice number of units and then try to rush in with them. So very nice. We'll see how that really works out. It's obviously not going to come into play on this particular map as unless my opponent uses it, as I didn't even know there were events there. Right now, heading out without SCV, trying to do some scouting, getting that initial barracks right here. The amount of land that you start off with seems a little bit tight, so I think this map is going to just favor of Zerg players in terms of this, as their hatcheries are able to build all of their units as opposed to me trying to get factories, starports, and barracks, all just trying to let's get 2 or 3 of them each, and that's going to really just tighten up the base a little bit and make it really tight and really hard to figure out how I really want to build my base right now. A single drone now trying to do a fight off against a SCV having that a little bit of a hit point advantage, so obviously going to be able to win that fight as long as he turns around and starts the fight. Drone now moving around that base. I'm going to be sending in an SCV into his base as well. So we'll see how this goes. And we have Lazz now coming in. Lazz just once again wanting to do some scouting, wanting to see what I'm doing, what the strategy is. And yeah, if you can't tell, this is going to be a long game. The game says that's going to be 49 minutes. I promise you it's not going to be quite that long, but it is going to be a long game, and you are going to in fact see some late game tech. So it should be pretty interesting. And I just realized what I should have built. Alright, anyways, thinking back on it, these replays help me in order to be able to evaluate my strategies, what my strengths and weaknesses are, but at the same time, I'm not playing. And while I'm encoding and uploading, I can't play either, so that's a little bit of a drag for me right there. Coming in with that SCV now coming back into scout, trying to figure out what exactly his base is going to be. I see a queen in there, so I do know that there is going to be those eggs are going to be coming in. So that is the larva injection. So the 3 macro elements that we've seen so far. I know there's been a lot of talk about the macro elements, and in being able to improve gameplay. This is the macro element for the Zerg player. We're going to go ahead and get in a little bit of a closer look on this. And what that does is it's going to spawn additional larvae. And those additional larvae are going to enable him to be able to spawn up a very large army. Look at the number of larvae. There's currently 7 larvae in there, injecting more into that. And he should automatically, right off the bat, try to spend all of that larva as he can. There's no reason to have 7 larvae out there. But he is, in fact, getting his secondary hatchery. So secondary hatchery already at the expansion. Zerglings trying to come in. Yeah, not a very smart move. As soon as you see one supply depot on your Terran player, there's no real reason to try to move in on that. Here I am building my command center, or my orbital command station, in order to get that mule. Going to be coming in just a second, and I will be able to mine additional minerals with that mule right there. Now coming in over here, we have only 3 of, wow, there's a lot of, wow, that's what, 7 larvae? 7 larvae on this particular area, right? They are light and biological, and they have 10 armor. So yeah, very high armor units right there. And now here we have an attack. We have those Zerglings now moving out. So I'm trying to change up my strategy, trying to show you guys new and interesting things. Here, I feel pretty confident about myself. I'm doing a lot of what I'll call expansion or extension swapping. Extension swapping is where I lift off a building and then drop another factory into place, so I get that earlier reactor. I want that early reactor so I can start building double Hellions. On top of that, I'm using this barracks in order to build an additional tech lab. So you'll see me swapping these buildings very often in the early game. as it opens up, and then later in the game it isn't as quite as dominant. Now getting that starport as well. Here we have Zerglings sitting here, massing over here to the side, wanting to see if they can go ahead and do a push in. Overlords all around that map. There are 2 Xel'Naga watchtowers right here and right here. I should probably try to control those a little bit more in order to be able to light up more of that map. And right now, oh, what was that? Right now we have the hatchery has been completed. So I'm going to see this that he is already expanding, and that is a very, very aggressive mood in terms of the late game. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the unit overlay right now. So it is in fact 17 to 22. So I do have that economic advantage. So I am out macroing my opponent right now. He's currently upgrading the hatchery. Army sizes, let's see, he is sitting at 26 over 28, meanwhile I'm sitting at 35 over 35, so I have a pretty decent sized army at this point. And now here comes a single Reaper coming back out. So I have 4 Hellions, and now going to go ahead and swap those back around after I produce those 4 Hellions, and wow, more lag. And I'm also building that medevac in order to do what I'll call a Hellion raid in order to be able to just try to destroy that mineral line, hoping to really get an advantage right now. I want to get this upgrade, the Infernal Pre-Igniter. The Infernal Pre-Igniter will have the Hellion deal more damage to light units. I think it like almost doubles the light damage versus light units, so instead of like I think it's like almost plus 12 against light units, and that's going to be very, very large amounts of damage, especially when I try to go raid in just a second. Also, I will be able to start killing larvae, and that's a pretty viable strategy. I never really thought about it, but I might try to do a larvae kill. Come into a base with a couple of Hellions, kill all the larvae, and then just leave, and then hopefully I'll just be able to destroy his economy so hard just purely off of the larvae that there's not much he'll really be able to do. Queen sitting there constantly injecting as well. Here we have the claws of the queen is able to attack air and land right now, and now in more larvae coming back in. So very, very interesting game so far. We have more Zerglings now going to be coming in on that front door as I now move out this dropship. So Zerglings moving over here, and not realizing that I still have those supply depots. Supply depots making it very difficult for those Zerglings to really deal any damage right there. Now we have that current cargo, 4 Hellions moving in. Though I want those Hellions to deal as much damage as possible. Too bad they're not Reapers, otherwise it could be healed as well. But you know, I'll take it as I can get it, and I'm gonna come in here and just drop this Hellion and just try to deal some damage right now. So units lost, but each of us has lost 2 units, and now here comes more of those units. So able to take out one drone. 2 drones, I think. Yeah, able to take out a couple drones so far, 1 drone so far. Now going after these additional drones over here, and now here we have all those drones coming back over here to this expansion, and I'm getting free reign on this attack right now. And currently I have plus 16 versus light damage, and I did not drop. No, I did drop all of my Hellions. I think I lost one of them, perhaps. I don't know how I lost one of those Hellions. But 2 Hellions now currently have 1 more Hellion gone, so I'm able to take and deal a lot of that damage, and now I'm going to try to come back around. 10 units lost. Wow, I guess one of my Hellions just didn't make it in, and I think that could have changed the game a lot. Gonna try to come back in, try to drop more Hellions. Hellions coming in, taking down 2 of those drones so quickly. Another 2 drones taken out, and 4 drones already taken down, and also losing all that precious mineral mining time right now. So mining time very, very heavily lost. Here are the units. Zerglings trying to come back in, trying to swarm me once again. Zerglings not a good counter to these Hellions. Hellions really, really strong. I should have just massed Hellions at this point and just tried to win with this, but here comes that Queen. That Queen's going to try to focus down that medevac and able to just take down that. I wasn't able to pick up my my Hellion that quickly. I guess my dropship micro is not that good. So here I come back in. I'm gonna try to drop in one more time, and I think I realize that it's not going to really work, as there was now a spine crawler coming into play, so that's not going to work at all. And now here's the game so far. So looking at the army sizes, army is 28 to 49. My opponent has 30 minerals. I'm sitting on 1100. I should have just tried to win it at this point. Regret. Anyways, here we got medevac now trying to come back in from that south-hand side. Here I have siege tanks and Reapers and Marines trying to move into the north-hand side. I believe you get some spine crawlers in here as well. So those spine crawlers coming in and to try to deal some additional protection right now. I'm trying to produce those siege tanks. I have an additional factory over here. Don't know why I'm not producing Hellions from it. That would be my unit of choice at this point. And trying to get some Banshees as well. Banshees because he has so many Zerglings. I think if I just just moved over with that Banshee right now, I would be able to just really be able to take the game more. Lazz now getting up to 36 over 100 food, has a lot of overlords. Not that's smart of an idea, but I was able to take down one of those overlords and now try to move out. I'm here with this army. Stay tuned for part 2 of this replay between Lazz and myself here on Metalopolis.